In a small town in the countryside, where time seemed to flow at its own pace, life went on peacefully and warmly. Cobblestone streets meandered between whitewashed wooden houses, adorned with flowered windows and inviting verandas. The scene, painted with the vibrant colors of nature, was like an invitation to take a break from the rush of the modern world. At the heart of this little town was a united and supportive community. Its inhabitants, known for their warm smiles and willingness to help each other, formed a support network that spanned generations. Each familiar face carried with it a story, a bond intertwined with others, creating unbreakable ties that made that community a true home. In this welcoming context, Laura stood out as a central figure. A woman with a sweet smile and a gentle gaze, she was the beating heart of her family. From dawn till dusk, Laura devoted herself with love and dedication to household chores, ensuring that every corner of the house radiated harmony and comfort. Her love for her family overflowed in every gesture, in every meal prepared with care, in every lullaby sung at nightfall. Within her family, Laura found her reason to live. Her children were her greatest pride, an endless source of joy and inspiration. She accompanied them on their adventures through the town, always ready to embrace their dreams and dry their tears. Her husband, Gabriel, a respected lawyer in town, was her life partner, the confidant of her dreams and aspirations. The relationship between Laura and Gabriel was like a symphony of harmony and mutual respect. In the early years of marriage, they were a living example of complicity and true love. Gabriel, with his charming smile and eyes full of tenderness, valued and respected Laura in every gesture, in every word. Together, they navigated through life's waters, facing challenges and celebrating victories like two sailors in perfect harmony with the universe around them. In the wooden house on the main street, life unfolded harmoniously for Laura and Gabriel's family. Laura, with her affable smile and eyes brimming with tenderness, was the anchor that kept the family together. Her days were filled with a routine of affection and dedication to her children, every moment dedicated to caring, educating, and protecting those who were her reason to live. Laura's children were the most precious treasure of her existence. With their contagious laughter and curious looks, they filled the home with vibrant and invigorating energy. Laura joined them in their backyard games, always ready to offer comfort in times of distress and encouragement in the small, everyday achievements. Her pride in seeing them grow up healthy and happy was evident in every gesture and word. By Laura's side was Gabriel, the life partner she had chosen to share her joys and challenges. In the early years of marriage, Gabriel was the epitome of chivalry and kindness. His thoughtful gestures and loving words were a reflection of the deep respect and admiration he had for his wife. Together, they formed an unbeatable team, facing adversity with courage and supporting each other in times of uncertainty. Laura and Gabriel's home was a sanctuary of love and tranquility, where happy memories were built every day. On quiet summer nights, they gathered around the kitchen table, sharing stories of the day and planning future adventures. And in times of difficulty, it was mutual support and an unbreakable bond that allowed them to overcome any obstacle that came their way. The summer sun shone through the curtains, illuminating the kitchen where Laura prepared breakfast. Gabriel, sitting at the table, flipped through the newspaper with a closed expression. "Darling, breakfast is ready," said Laura, placing a cup of coffee in front of him. Gabriel lifted his eyes from the newspaper, his critical gaze resting on Laura. "Once again, you burnt the toast. Can't you do anything right?" he complained, his voice dripping with disdain. Laura swallowed hard, feeling her heart sink. "I'm sorry, I'll make another one," she murmured, stepping away to the kitchen. "You always apologize, but that doesn't change the fact that you're careless," Gabriel retorted, his voice cutting through the room. Gabriel's words hit Laura like a blow. She held onto the edge of the sink, trying to hold back the tears threatening to fall. "I'm trying, Gabriel. I really am," she replied, her voice trembling with emotion. Gabriel scoffed in contempt. "Trying the way you do things, we're doomed to fail. I don't know why I expected anything different from you," he said, turning his attention back to the newspaper. Laura's heart ached with the fierceness of Gabriel's words. She swallowed her tears, determined not to show weakness in front of him. But inside, the impact of his cruel criticisms left a deep wound in her soul, making her question her own worth and her ability to be a good wife. And it got even worse when he called her ugly fat, words that deeply hurt her and undermined her self-esteem even more. The setting sun cast its last golden rays over the town when Laura discovered the truth about Gabriel's infidelities. An envelope forgotten on the office table, an unknown number flashing on the cell phone screen. Small hints that, when added up, formed a painful and devastating panorama. Tears blurred her vision as she read the exchanged messages, each word a stab in her already wounded heart. The initial shock was followed by overwhelming pain, a mixture of anger, sadness, and a sense of profound betrayal. The image of the man she had once loved, who had promised to be her companion for life, crumbled before her, revealing himself as a stranger, a traitor. With her heart in tatters but determination burning in her soul, Laura faced Gabriel that night. The words she had feared saying so much came out of her trembling lips, filled with pain and indignation. She confronted him with the evidence of his infidelities, facing his disbelief and disdain with a courage she didn't even know she possessed. Gabriel, at first, tried to deny, make excuses, but faced with the irrefutable evidence, his mask of falsehood began to crumble. The contempt in his gaze, the coldness in his words, all confirmed what Laura feared. Their marriage, their world, had irreparably shattered. With a broken heart, but determination burning in her soul, Laura made the hardest decision of her life. She would not allow Gabriel's disrespect and betrayal to define her. She deserved more. Her children deserved more. And so, with the firmness of someone who had found her voice, she asked for a divorce, facing Gabriel's incredulous gaze and disdain, unable to understand how she could have the courage to leave him. But for Laura, courage lay in staying, in fighting for her own dignity and happiness. And so, she took the first step towards her own liberation, determined not to live in the shadow of Gabriel's lies and betrayals anymore. After Laura's departure, the emptiness in his heart became a constant presence, a silent echo of the mistakes he had made and the consequences he faced. The walls of his once cozy home now seemed suffocating, filled with painful memories and regret. Loneliness became his most constant companion, a shadow that followed him wherever he went. In the silent nights, the echo of his own thoughts reverberated through the empty walls, reminding him of the void that now dominated his life. The cheerful laughter of his children, now absent, echoed like ghosts in his mind, reminding him of what he had lost. Remorse, like an open wound, consumed his soul. Every lie, every betrayal, was like an unbearable weight on his shoulders, dragging him into the abyss of self-pity. He found himself surrounded by a sea of regret, lost in a maze of his own bad choices. In search of refuge, Gabriel delved even deeper into his career as a lawyer, seeking in the hectic routine of the courtroom a distraction from the loneliness that consumed him. But even there, among the cold and impersonal corridors of the courthouse, he found no peace. Every case, every client, was a painful reminder of the consequences of his own actions, a constant reminder of all that he had lost. Deep in his soul, Gabriel knew that loneliness would not be dispelled by his professional achievements, nor by any amount of alcohol that could drown his sorrows. The emptiness in his heart could only be filled by the forgiveness he himself could not grant, by the love he had wasted, and by the redemption he so desperately longed for but seemed increasingly distant. The courthouse was immersed in a solemn atmosphere, the corridors echoing with the muted sounds of whispered conversations and hurried footsteps. Laura, dressed in her impeccable prosecutor's suit, strode with determination through the corridors, her posture erect and her gaze steady, revealing unwavering confidence. Her heart, however, pounded with a mixture of nervousness and anxiety as she approached the courtroom. On the other side, Gabriel waited in the defense lawyer's bench, a meticulously crafted mask of professionalism hiding the tumultuous emotions bubbling within him. His heart skipped a beat when his eyes met Laura's, recognizing her instantly, even after so many years of separation. The meeting of the two was like an electric shock, a spark of emotional tension that filled the air around them. Laura felt her heart race as she faced the man who had once been her companion, now transformed into a stranger. Every line of his face, every familiar trait, evoked painful memories of a past she struggled to leave behind. Gabriel, in turn, felt a lump form in his throat as he saw Laura, his ex-wife, before him. The woman he had once belittled and betrayed was now there, radiant and confident as never before. He saw in her eyes a fierce determination, a strength he did not recognize from the last time they met. And deep in his soul, he knew she was no longer the same woman he had known. As they awaited the start of the trial, the tension between Laura and Gabriel was palpable, like a rope stretched to its limit. Every exchange of glances was laden with the weight of years of unresolved hurt and resentment. Every word exchanged was a distant echo of a past they preferred to forget. But despite the tension that surrounded them, there was also a strange sense of inevitability, as if fate had brought them together at that moment for a reason greater than they themselves could comprehend. Then, as Laura rose to make her opening argument, a murmur passed through the room. Her now silky and shiny hair cascaded over her slender shoulders, her prosecutor's suit perfectly molding her curves, revealing a slim and elegant figure. Her face, once marked by pain and sadness, now radiated confidence and determination, her eyes sparkling with an inner fire not seen in years. Gabriel, for a moment, was speechless, unable to tear his gaze away from the woman before him. He felt a tightness in his chest as he realized he had underestimated Laura, had underestimated the power of transformation she possessed. And as she spoke with an eloquence and passion he had never seen before, he knew that somehow, that meeting in the courtroom would mark the end of a chapter in their lives and the beginning of something new and unexpected. After the divorce, Laura embarked on a journey of self-discovery and rebirth that would profoundly and irreversibly transform her. Like a phoenix rising from the ashes, she emerged from the shadows of the past with a burning determination and an unshakable courage. Her days were now filled with vibrant energy and renewed purpose. She threw herself body and soul into her work as a prosecutor, tirelessly dedicating herself to the pursuit of truth and justice. Every case she faced was an opportunity to demonstrate her skill and commitment, to make a difference in the world, and to give voice to those who had no power to make themselves heard. As her career flourished, so did her self-esteem and confidence. Laura's professional success was a reflection of the power she had found within herself, of the strength she had discovered in facing the challenges life had thrown at her. Every victory in the courtroom was an affirmation of her own capability, a constant reminder that she was much more than the cruel words and betrayals of her past. Alongside her professional growth, Laura also blossomed in her personal life. She found a new passion in her quest for adventure and experiences, embracing every opportunity to explore the world and discover new horizons. Her smile, once tinged with sadness, now radiated genuine joy and gratitude for the life she had rediscovered. As time passed, Laura realized that her transformation was not only external but also internal. She had found peace within herself, a peace that did not depend on the approval or love of others, but rather on the certainty that she was complete and worthy on her own. Her heart, once wounded and hardened by pain, now overflowed with a love and compassion that she generously shared with those around her. And so, as the world continued to turn and new challenges arose in her path, Laura faced the future with unwavering confidence and unbreakable determination. She had overcome the adversities of the past and become the best version of herself, a strong, brave, and tireless woman in her pursuit of truth, justice, and true happiness. Even after the trials and tribulations that marked her journey, Laura emerged as a beacon of strength and resilience, illuminating not only her own path, but also the lives of those around her. Her career as a prosecutor flourished, and the burning determination she showed in the courtroom inspired admiration and respect from colleagues and adversaries alike. With every step she took in her career, Laura not only sought justice but also became a symbol of hope for those in need. Her tireless dedication to facing the toughest challenges, her courage in defending the most vulnerable, and her unwavering integrity made her a respected and admired figure by all who were fortunate enough to cross her path. Despite her professional success, Laura remained humble and grateful for her experiences, never forgetting where she came from and the lessons she had learned along the way. She imparted these important values to her children, teaching them the importance of compassion, honesty, and perseverance. Her love for them was evident in every gesture and word, and she made sure to spend time with them whenever possible, inspiring them to follow their own dreams and never give up in the face of adversity. Laura was more than just a successful prosecutor. She was a model of strength and resilience, a living proof that it's possible to overcome adversity and emerge even stronger on the other side. Her journey of self-discovery and rebirth not only transformed her, but also left an indelible mark on the world around her, reminding everyone that true strength lies in the ability to face life's challenges with courage, determination, and gratitude. As time progressed and the chapters of Laura's life unfolded, she found herself on the threshold of a new journey, full of growth, learning, and opportunities. Her path, marked by challenges and triumphs, made a profound impression not only on her own life, but also on those fortunate enough to share her journey. Looking back, Laura reflected on the lessons she had learned along the way, the moments of pain and joy that had shaped her into who she was today. She understood that true strength does not lie in the absence of adversity, but in how we choose to face it. She discovered that resilience is not just the ability to endure life's storms, but also the skill to find the light within them, to grow and flourish even in the darkest moments. Laura also learned the importance of gratitude, the art of finding beauty and meaning in life's small things. She discovered that happiness is not found in the relentless pursuit of more, but in the appreciation of what we already have, in cherishing the simple and precious moments that make up our existence. As she continued on her journey, Laura carried with her the lessons of the past, but also looked to the future with hope and determination. She knew that the road ahead would be filled with challenges and uncertainties, but also with opportunities and endless possibilities. She was ready to face whatever destiny had in store for her, armed with the wisdom and courage she had gained along her journey. And so, as the sun set on the horizon and the world continued to turn, Laura moved forward, ready to embrace whatever the future held for her. Her journey of self-discovery and rebirth was not over. It was just the beginning of a new era of possibilities and accomplishments, and she was determined to live each moment with gratitude, courage, and joy, always remembering the lessons learned and the boundless power of the human spirit to overcome, grow, and flourish, no matter what life may bring.